I say on the whole summit, right? I mean, look upon it. I mean, I say in a life, you outgrow every relationship we in. Every social relationship we get, you outgrow it. Your first best friend, you outgrow that. Your first love, you outgrow that. Like everything, you always outgrow because as you grow and develop your thoughts, your ideas, your likes, you change over time. So then I ask myself this question: so why do we make like permanent relationship, like permanent vows, like to till death do us part? Why we have these deep things when you naturally outgrow social relationship? You see, when you have a job, if everything very stagnant, it's simple and predictable. You have a salary, you sell your time for $350 per hour. You get you get these days. You come at this specific time, you left at this specific time. Everything stagnant and the growth in there. So the growth very small, 1 to 3% increase by your salary per year, right? So everything is stagnant and you know have that dynamic nature. But you see, the moment you take up entrepreneurship and you start your own business and you just make your own money, when you start do that, my God, everything just start fluctuate. Like you don't have that stagnation, and you start grow, you start solve more problems, you start attack life different, you start learn how to manage your money better because it's a next week. Guaranteed. So you learn to manage money better, so you grow in a one different way. You just start grow and expand. And that's the way your whole life set up. You have the ability to change. And that's the thing, in your job, you don't have the ability to change. You come and as a sales agent, if you do this, or the customer service agent, you do this and you go back to your yard. But when you're an entrepreneur, like you see something, you do it, you start on it, and you see where, me probably can refine it in this way, refine it in that way, and you start change. You have that freedom and that flexibility. Like if you're part of one of the denominations, like the highest party can get a bishop, pastor, elder, one of them something, right? So when you look upon it like that, and them give you the requirement of what you must have to like be able to hit that goal. So that our next level are just this your beliefs them get constrained. You can't change, you can't grow outside of the box because them tell you what you must believe, right? How high you can go, the highest you can become an elder, pastor, bishop, and also what you must believe. Well, you must believe that Jesus is the Christ. You must believe that you must pray upon this day, worship God on the Sabbath. Like them tell you what you have to believe and what you must do. So you don't have the freedom to change. That is religion, But you see when you take up self mastery, right? That's what I mean. When you have self mastery, I want a sovereign entity, right? So when you have self mastery and you go and you're not a religious person, you can have the ability to choose your own beliefs. To where you like when I'm bridging them, they meet you, me and my reason, and the man say, yo, every 2 weeks me I want a different person. Right? Because I say you change, your beliefs them grow, you learn something new, you drop the old belief, and just so you grow, you give yourself the ability to change and grow. That's when you define your own journey of understanding yourself. Not a religious journey where you apply a next man framework that keep you stuck. So when you have religion, you don't have the freedom to change. They limit you. So you're the same person, the same religion from you're born as this Adventist, and then you go dead as Adventist, and you really pick them as Adventist because you're just in this box. This box you don't change. You don't have the ability to freely express yourself, right? You see, when you come on to your spirituality, right? That's one form of expression of yourself because that you the beliefs, right? And everybody under the sun have a different belief because our experience of life is different. And that's why religion is crazy because you and me cannot have the same belief because we experience different things in our life. So therefore, we go always have different beliefs, and the belief system go be based on what we experience, right? So you have to be able to step aside from these social constructs and be sovereign, be a sovereign entity, walk in alignment with who you want to become. So marriage just as limiting as religion and the job business, it's just as limiting. Because if you get married when you're young, like if you get married when you're 19, 20, right? You still discover yourself, you still grow and develop, right? You and I get married at that age. However, by the time you hit like 30 and you go through different experiences of life, you meet new challenges, you grow, you probably start your own business, all kind of different things, different experiences. You're no longer the same person you were when you were 19. And your wife are no longer the same person when you were when she was 19. So by the time when you grow and hit 30, it almost 40, you're completely different. So guess what? When I start pre-life from a different meds and then I start hear about, we're not talk anymore, we don't see eye to eye anymore, etc. Why? Because two want to become different persons and outgrow each other. Like how everybody in your life right now, you outgrow everybody. You outgrow everybody. The person who was your best friend in kindergarten, you and them are not best friend now. Even if you go back to relationships, like you have somebody who you ain't like, and you and them ain't close, and then when you break up for a while, and you come back together, you realize the way them grow, and you grow, and it's not the same. It's just not the same feeling. It's not the same chemistry. Not there again, right? But you ain't like the idea of how it was in the past, and that's why humans stay stuck in the past. I said, why can't it be like in the past? It can't be like in the past. Why? Because you grow. The two want to grow, right? So that's the idea. You can't live in the past. You have to keep on living in the future. Focus on the future. So the entire construct of this marriage business of this, you go be like that for the rest of your life, it's just not possible. That's why divorce is so hard, and people stay married too long. They end up depressed and they don't really talk and connect with each other anymore because you try to sustain something where you went outgrow. Entire Babylon system design, like how people get up on the end of them housing structures, like in a community. Like nobody no want to move, nobody no want to grow. You get locked down with one mortgage, so you stay in the same environment for the next 30 years. You understand me? So that entire mortgage business, that's what keep people stuck. If people no realize that as a living entity, as a sovereign entity, and you are grow, you need to change your environment constantly because you constantly are growing and develop. And your environment, the people you choose to spend time with, especially your social environment, is a reflection of the person you are up here, so, and the person you are becoming. You see, when I look upon the caterpillar to a butterfly, the transformation. Now, the caterpillar, I want a little weak creature where they on the ground, you crawl and everything, right? The butterfly magnificent. Now, the only way a caterpillar can turn into a butterfly if it go into this zone of isolation and break itself down and then come out back like in a cocoon and come out back as this fantastic butterfly. It's a transformation so fantastic that you can never look at a butterfly and say, oh, that's a caterpillar. Because you have to give one new name to how magnificent the transformation is. So when you change your social circle, you go through the time where you go in at the cocoon stage and be by yourself. And then you go come out like magnificent and there are new people, and people go call you by a new name. People can't even recognize you. That's the most important thing. People can't even recognize you to how much you change. When you come out to your job don't allow you to change. You're the same person, same secretary for the last 30 years and you're waiting for one pension. You don't allow it to change. When you go in a religion, when you have a religion, you can't allow it to change because all of the beliefs are the same. The same way Christians operate today, the same way they operate 2,000 years ago. They don't change. You understand me? They might follow one book. So you have a next thing, marriage. Marriage, they don't change. Like you just stay stuck with the one partner, you and them don't love each other anymore, when you cuss every day and even talk. Like, you understand me? And the only reason why I still go through the motion is because I have children. So, there's no change, there's no growth, there's no development. And if they're on the same set of people, you limit yourself to the mortgage with the people where you don't even connect with in your community. It just don't change. You understand me? You have to be willing to get up and grow. You have to be willing to be in environments where allow you the freedom to express yourself, express your true nature and your sovereign entity.